All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Texas. This is the Outcast Independent League's Michael Graynolds SR8 series, brought to you by Motoware International and B-Make Designs. Tonight, here at Texas, you will see the Radicals battle side by side, nose to tail, for 35 non-stop laps. And it will get a bit crazy. Guys are out getting their practicing in at the last minute. We'll take a look through the field and you can see what it's going to look like as these high downforce cars go side by side all the way around this 1.5 mile quad oval track. This is the old legacy version of Texas. That means both ends have the same banking at 24 degrees. 24 degrees in 1 and 2, 24 degree banking in 3 and 4 on this 1.5 mile quad oval. They will have 2 fast repairs, unlimited fuel, unlimited tires, and unlimited insanity. As you saw last season, they ran most of the season. They did the big tracks, Talladega, Daytona, Michigan, and some of the bigger tracks, but now we've got some interesting races coming up, like Monza Oval in a couple weeks, Bristol Oval a few weeks after that. So we're getting more variety and more insanity. One of the things we noticed a couple weeks ago when they ran these cars at Dover is that when they get up on that back bumper and they're going through the corners, they can actually cause another car to get a little bit loose just by moving around under the air. That's why you see them sliding side by side, trying to see what they can do, how the air moves. In a high-speed draft, these cars can stay gripping the ground. But when they get on these high-banked ovals that aren't the big 2.5 mile tracks, don't have all that extra space, and the corners get a little bit tighter, the track's a little bit smaller, they can move the air around and impact the other cars around them. That is going to make this race tonight get a little bit crazy. So far, you see these guys staying pretty planted as they finish up practice. However, that will not be the case the whole time as the tires start to wear. And tire wear may become an issue tonight. For the first time in these cars, we've not really seen tires become a problem, but it might be tonight. And just a fun side note tonight. The number 63 of Gerald Thanos Poole. He still has his Infinity, says they go 4 wide at Texas. And I promise you we'll see at least a 4 wide finish tonight. He still has his Infinity Stones, but a little bit different paint scheme tonight. And Superman Norman Chan there in the middle of the track. Not sure what he was doing. Maybe he was trying to take care of Thanos for us. There is just no telling. There is Superman Norman Chan. And, of course, we've got Chris Standridge out there in the 22. And we got Brian Mansfield saying hello from the pits as well. Just a couple minutes left of practice, and then we will see these boys get green flag racing. We'll be back with you in just a moment. I got to do one final check. There we go. One thing I forgot to do prior to the race, got it fixed. We are good to go. We'll watch these guys finish out the practice session here. Now, of course, this Texas track has been renovated, and there is a newer version of it with different banking at each end of the track. Turns 1 and 2 have the progressive banking now, but this is the older version that is a little bit more abrasive, a little bit harder on the tires. The only track we've really seen tire wear come into play with these radicals has been at Dover. Other than that, as you see Norman Chan slowing down, will he do his practice lap, a reverse practice lap tonight? Oh, and they are wrecking. Which reminds me, at the end of the race, stick around for their post-race celebration because that will be something to see. Corey Goodall currently fastest on the track. Michael Whiting is second. Gerald Poole's third. Doug Thomas is fourth. James Belair is fifth fastest. Chris Rawlings, Mike Killenbeck, Norman Chan, some of these other guys way back there. And we're starting to see more of the guys getting out on the track now. With just a minute and a half left to go. Some of these speeds are mainly because they have not been in the draft yet. As you see Corey Goodall take some laps, looks like Corey might have a new paint scheme this week. And it's always cool to watch the fun these guys have now. It is worth noting the Outcast Independent League has 14 different series currently. Actually, it's over 14, but 14 different series, but the main thing these guys are about is the community, the friendships, the respect. These guys battle hard on the track and have a lot of fun off the track. A great bunch of guys. I go run with them as often as I possibly can. A lot of fun to run with these guys, and they do a lot of charity stuff as well, raising money for charity throughout the year. Last year, right before the end of the year, they donated a large amount of money to We Are the 22, the Veteran Suicide Group, as well as donating a lot of money to autism charities. So huge shout out to this entire group. And looks like as they wrap up practice, Corey Goodall is still the fastest. However, didn't look like everybody had managed to get on track and do some drafting. I'm not sure what Norman Chan is doing out there right now. He's just hanging out. Leave it to Superman to stop in the middle of the track. Let's see if he can turn the fastest lap in qualifying, though. Waiting for him to get on track, and let's see, whoever gets on track first, we'll watch some of their qualifying laps. They do have a little bit longer qualifying session, but if they get everybody qualified in time, they will advance the session and get this party started early. Doesn't look like anybody's hopped out onto the track just yet. Let's take a quick gander. Not seeing anybody out there yet. All right, now we're starting to get some times out there on track. All right, looks like they're about done qualifying. Looks like we might have had a system glitch that didn't allow us to watch these guys qualify. However, looks like just about everybody's done qualifying. So right now it is Mike Killenbeck up front with Brian Mansfield on the outside. Christopher Rawlings and Michael Whiting in the second row. Norman Chan, Edward Belair in the third row. Chris Standridge and Mark Belair are in the 4th row. Corey Goodall and James Belair are 9th and 10th, and Danny Chandler, Doug Thomas are now 12th and 13th because Thanos came in at the last minute to take the pole. And it is interesting to note that the entire 13-car field is just 0.2 of a second apart. It is extremely close. And these guys, once they get up to speed and they're in the draft, it's just going to be chasing each other around 3 and 4 wide all the way around the track for 35 crazy laps. Gerald Thanos Poole will have a little bit of an advantage tonight. He has struggled with fuel mileage runs this season, often coming up just a half a lap short, but fuel will not be an issue here tonight. With 35 laps at this track, they should not have any issues. Even with extra caution laps, they can go a lot further. And tire wear may or may not play into it. If they get a mid-race caution, they may be stopping for tires. They may stop for fuel. It is really going to be hard to say what the strategy is. A lot of these guys are great to talk to, and they'll give you a lot of talk to you about their strategy. But tonight they've all been rather quiet. They don't want to share too much and give away too much. And, of course, we will have some interviews after the race. And we are ready for that as well. Not the big field that we're used to seeing here tonight, but 14 cars will on this 1.5-mile track will definitely be different. I think the biggest field we had was the final races of the season last season. That was a doubleheader at Dover and Dega. And at Talladega, these guys finished 4 wide, and a few guys finished upside down 4 wide. So we'll see what kind of finish we get here tonight. We did see them 4 wide in practice, so be interesting to see if they go not if they go 4 wide, but how soon and how long they stay 4 wide. Did talk to Chris Standridge earlier today. He did say he is going to be a bit more aggressive tonight. He's been playing it safe the last few weeks, and that was not working. So he is going to fight his way up to the front tonight. So it'll be exciting to see him going all out all night long. And, of course, as always, if you have a favorite driver, drop their name in the chat. Chris is already saying grr. And looks like we are lining up. So let's go take a look at Gerald Thanos Poole on the front row. There's Gerald's new paint job with his infinity stones on the front, on the sides. The American flag car of Mike Killenbeck right beside him. Brian Mansfield in the 3. And on the outside there is Christopher Rawlings. Michael Whiting in the 44. That is your Tiger Stripe car. And Superman Norman Chan, you can see his cape floating behind him. And, of course, as always, there is the 007 of Belair, Edward Belair. And a cool new Hot Wheels paint scheme for Thomas Rule tonight. The 22 back there, Chris Standridge. And Mark Belair in the 52 right beside him. Corey Goodall in the 333. He's got a new paint job in that orange and white paint job there, and the B-Make Designs car of James Belair behind him. Danny Chandler out there in the 113, that is the white one, and Michael Greynold's in the 45. And Chris Standridge is rooting for Kyle Larson tonight. This is going to be interesting. This might become a real party here tonight, folks. All right, while we're getting started, make sure you go like us. We are on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. Tune in and get to see these races every Wednesday night. Northeast Racers in the street stocks were first. Now we've got the Radical SR8s of the Outcast League, the Michael Greynold's SR8 series. Monday nights, we've got the Outcast boys on dirt. And Sunday nights, of course, we've got the BRR League. Plus, throughout the week, you'll get to see a lot of great streams, a lot of great racing. And come this Saturday morning, you will see the BRR Road Team number 1 as we are fielding 2 teams. Road Team number 1 will start at 8 Eastern Saturday morning, the 24 hours of Daytona. Make sure you drop in and say hello. We'll be trying to stream all 24 hours of it, and my stint, I believe, starts at 9 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Time, excuse me. As we wait for the pace car to duck in, take a deep breath because we will not get a chance again. I fully expect to see that 22 of Chris Standridge come charging to the front before long. We'll see if Thanos can hold him off. Pace car is in. Here they go. Green flag is in the air, and we've got movement already, looking for guys looking to take it 3 wide. It'll take them almost the entire lap to get up to full speed in these cars, but once they do, they have enough downforce to drive. Hasn't been tested yet, but they can apparently in real life drive one of these cars upside down with a full fuel load and a driver. That tells you how much downforce these generate and how big of a hole they punch in the air, giving everybody behind them a lot of drafting help. And if anybody can hold off those draft trains behind him, it is Thanos. He is up front all the time, one of the fastest guys here, but never count out that car. 2 cars back on the inside, that is Superman Norman Chan. He is always a tough contender. All these guys are always really close, and sometimes it is a coin toss to see who's going to win. Or more like a 20-sided die. Because at the end of some of these races, there's no telling who's going to win. You can go see their past races in this series on YouTube. Definitely go check out the end of the Indy race last season. That was just crazy. And they are already looking 3 wide into turn 1. So it looks like the 01 of Chris Rawlings fell back a couple of spots. He falls back in line, and we are 3 wide at the front as Superman Norman Chan takes it to the outside, trying to get a run to the outside. If he can get some help, that outside line can definitely get a run, and he's going to get it. The 01 jumps up high. And here comes Chris Standridge. I told you, keep an eye on that car. He is coming to the front. He's done playing it safe early in the race. He's going to come up here and try and dominate tonight. That is Chris there in that red 22 car. I did tell him before the race he would have had a better chance against Thanos if he was driving his Iron Man car. Hopefully he'll think that one through in the future, but he's got Superman right beside him to give him a hand. And of course down there on the inside. Oh, we've got a car stopped on the front straightaway. We'll see if he gets going. Looks like Danny Chandler in the 113. Looks like Danny ran into some problems back there. As they come down the back straightaway, fanned out 3-4 wide at times. And keep in mind, even with all this downforce, these cars do move around a lot in the wind. Especially when the front cars move around, it causes the cars behind them to move around just a little bit. And as close as they're running, as hard as they're running, and when they're running 3 wide, the tiniest mistake can send somebody around and cause the big one. As we see cars moving straight up the middle, 4 wide there for a moment. Trying to see who that is. It just slipped in front of Chris Standridge. Looks like that is Doug Thomas, the number 12 car. Doug Thomas charging to the front after starting in 14th. He's already up to 6th, and he is not slowing down yet. You get a run in these cars, and if you can find a hole, you can get a lot of positions. And you can see he is coming straight up the middle right now, making it 3 wide, 2 deep. This is not going to settle down anytime soon. If you have a favorite driver, definitely shout them out in the chat. We'll make sure we get a good look at their car. Oh, we've got to spin. The 22 gets together with the 12 car. Caution is out. Just looked like the 12 was trying to come down. Let's see. All right, let's see. We've got the 12 car there to the outside, the 22 to the inside. Looks like we just missed it. Let's take another look. And it looks like Chris was trying to get down, but the 12 just came down a little more. They got straightened out, but the flagman saw it and threw the caution. And if you are new to the channel, go like and subscribe to the YouTube and the Facebook. I see a lot of new names out there. Drop in, say hello, say where you're from. Great to have everybody here. As we watch the number 22, that is Chris Standridge. We'll see if he goes into the pits. Gerald Danos Poole is still at the front. Chris Standridge is in 5th currently. Looks like no damage, so he is going to stay out. And let's go take a quick look at the 12 car. There is Doug Thomas. Looks like he's staying out. It was a pretty soft little tap there, so they should be okay to go. And Gerald Thanos Poole out front. He is, he's liking these pace laps after the last few weeks and the fuel mileage issues. He wants whatever he can get out of it. The extra pace laps do nothing but help him. As we are under caution for the first time. Again, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitch. Definitely check us out, like, follow. We've got broadcasts Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Wednesday nights, and racing and other stuff throughout the week. These guys are a great group of guys to run with, and that man right there at the front of the field is probably one of the funniest guys in iRacing. Just listening to him talk and race with him is just often hilarious. Stick around if he wins. Even if he doesn't, we'll try and talk to him in post-race, and he's just always a hoot to talk to, fun to race with, one of the best drivers out there, and extremely competitive. They do have 2 fast repairs tonight. Neither of the cars involved, the 22 or the 12, needed a fast repair, but James Belair in the 90 is on pit road. And one guy who's definitely happy to see this was the 113 of Danny Chandler. He had the problem early, was stopped on the front straightaway, did not bring out the caution. He managed to stay on the lead lap several seconds back from the field, but now he is going to have a chance to work his way back to the front, and we've seen Danny come through these draft packs very, very quickly more than once. So we will see if Danny can get back up to the front. And James Belair still on pit road. And here he comes off pit road. Looks like he did go ahead and get tires. Interesting strategy. This is the first track in a long time, other than Dover, that tires have really been an issue or a concern of any kind. So we'll see if James's tire strategy here pays off. As they come around, they should be getting 1 to green. There is the 1 to green. We'll see them line back up side by side and get ready to go. We'll see if Gerald Thanos Poole can hold them off again tonight and save enough fuel to make it to the end. 35 laps on this smaller track. He's made it 34.5 laps at Daytona and Talladega, but it takes 35 to get it done, and we'll see if he has enough fuel. He should be able to go the distance, especially with these caution laps. So we'll see if he is the dominant force tonight. Maybe that new paint scheme will bring him some good luck. And he's got his Flaming Karma logo there on the front from when he used to make guitar straps. Really cool, and wish I had known that sooner so I could have got them before he stopped making them. Remember, these radicals are designed for road racing, so putting them on an oval is just awesome. Here we go. Start of lap 13, green flag is in the air. Gerald Poole is down on the inside. He's got Mike Killenbeck to the outside. Mike hasn't been up front much in recent weeks, but he's been up front all night tonight so far. But there is the 22, Chris Standridge, to the inside. Chris started back in ninth. He said he was not holding back anymore. He was going to get a lot more aggressive, and he is definitely showing it. He has come charging to the front. Even after the incident that brought out the caution, he still managed to hold on to his 5th place position. He is laying back enough to get the draft and see if he can suck up and pick up a couple of positions as they come around. And there is the 12 right behind him. That is Doug Thomas. He was involved in that incident. They got together. But Doug Thomas is not playing it safe either. He's looking to make it 3 wide straight up the middle. And there is Superman Norman Chan back there. Looks like he might be playing it a little safe tonight. Usually we see Norm up at the very front. He is back there in the back, currently running 9th, playing it kind of safe. Here's an interesting tidbit. Norman Chan stopped at the last minute on that pit stop and got tires. So he has worked his way up from the back as well. Edward Belair, James Belair, and Norman Chan are the only 3 on fresh tires right now. So we'll see how that tire strategy plays out. This is one of the few tracks they race these cars at that tire strategy might come into play. Currently playing, 12 tries to get a side draft and just yeets his opponent's. Caution is out. Alrighty, let's see if we can get a good look at what happened here. Looks like the 12 just tried to go where there wasn't a hole and managed to collect several cars. Half the field back there gets caught up. Fortunately, they've got 2 fast repairs, but several of the guys are having to go to pit road now. We've got several cars on pit road. Looks like Gerald Poole is still in the lead. Doug Thomas, Danny Chandler, and Mark Belair all on pit road getting fast repairs. Let's look at the back half of this field. Michael Whiting's going to need some repairs, I'd say. Looks like he has some damage, yeah. Let's take a quick look at Corey Goodall, the 333. Looks like he has some damage as well. Michael Graynolds is on pit road. Looks like James Belair is back on pit road. Norman Chan is back on pit road. They do have 2 fast repairs in this series, so we'll see if 1 fast repair will be enough tonight. And once we get green flag racing again, we will definitely take a ride along with these guys around Texas Motor Speedway once they are back up to speed. Looks like everybody is coming off pit road. Looks like Doug Thomas, Danny Chandler, and Mark Belair are... Doug Thomas and Danny Chandler are 1 lap down after the incident. Mark Belair still on pit road, 2 laps down. Michael Graynolds, Corey Goodall, and Michael Whiting all coming off pit road now. They will stay on the lead lap. Should grab the 1 to go just past the halfway mark here. Halfway mark there. And looks like they are going to go 1 more lap. And reminder that this is the legacy version of Texas, so both ends have the same 24-degree banking, but it is a more abrasive track. That's why we're seeing so many cars come down pit road, even if they weren't involved in the wreck. Norman Chan, James Belair, Corey Goodall, Michael Whiting, and Michael Graynolds all on pit road for new tires. Doug Thomas and Danny Chandler as well, but they are a lap down, and Mark Belair will come out with new tires once his repairs are done. Edward Belair currently running in 7th. He got tires on the last caution, and the top 6 cars are still on their original set. Question is, will that come into play? And is the 63 of Gerald Thanos Poole going to come down pit road? He is down there. Nope, he thinks better of it, opting to hold on to the track position for the moment. One lap to green, getting lined up, getting ready, catching their breath. This series is non-stop action, and it is impressive to say the least that these guys don't have more wrecks as close as they are running to each other. These cars put off a ton of side draft, especially on these ovals. So when they're coming around side by side, they try to get as close as they can, as you saw with the 12 car. And you'll see definitely as we get down to the last 4 or 5 laps, they will be side drafting side by side, 3 and 4 wide, all the way around the track. Pace car ducks down pit road as they complete lap 20. Green flag is in the air. Gerald Poole leads them down with Mike Killenbeck still there in second place on the outside. Great job tonight, Mike. Mike tried to drop down to the inside line, couldn't find it, and caution is out again. Looks like there might have been some trouble on the restart. Looks like Michael Reynolds might have got a slow start and just got spun. That brings us out under caution. Looks like he had missed a shift. And trying to get a look. Does not look like he is too badly damaged. He did smack the wall just a little bit, but car's still in pretty good shape. He will stay out. And Thanos continues to lead. Mike Killenbeck having a great night tonight. Started in second. He's maintained second place all night long. And they will probably restart single file due to the quick caution that came back up on the restart. They should restart single file. Currently, Gerald Poole in first. Mike Killenbeck in the 447. He is currently running second. In third is Brian Mansfield. Fourth place is the 01 of Christopher Rawlings right now. And we saw Christopher moving up through the field quickly earlier. He had dropped back early on the start, but he managed to work his way back up and was battling with these front guys. The 22 of Chris Standridge, he said he was going to get a lot more aggressive tonight. Started in ninth, he is up to fifth, and he is definitely showing tonight that he is going to be more aggressive in this series. The 007 of Belair, Edward Belair, currently running in sixth, started in seventh. Thomas Rule in the 79 directly behind him, currently in seventh place. Norman Chan running 8th. James Belair in the number 12th. He is currently scored as 9th. I believe the scoring will be corrected momentarily as he is regaining his lap. I believe he will line up. I'm sorry, that is Doug Thomas in the 12, and he will line up about 13th. There is James Belair. In the 90, he is currently running 9th, started in 12th. Corey Goodall in the 333. New paint scheme tonight for Corey as well. He is currently running in 10th. Michael Whiting in the 44, running in 11th. Doug Thomas in the 12 car, currently running 12th. And Michael Reynolds, after the rough restart, currently running in 13th. Danny Chandler, Mark Belair are a lap down each in 14th and 15th place. And it looks like we are going to restart with just 10 laps to go, so things will get a bit more aggressive. They will turn the wick up. As they come out of 3 and 4, Edward Belair currently running in 6th. He has the freshest tires out of that front 7. He has stopped just 15 laps ago. Thomas Rule in 7th has been out the whole time, and the front 5 have been out the whole time on their tires. Norman Chan, everybody from Norman Chan in 8th place back to Mark Belair in 15th is on fresh tires, either 8 laps ago or in the case of Michael Reynolds, he went in 3 laps ago. As we get the 1 to green, it looks like they will not do a single file. They're going to go double wide on this restart. As they come down, they'll have 10 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway in the greatest state in the United States. And get used to, or don't get used to, that look of them being too wide, lined up nice and neat. I imagine that here in a couple laps we're going to see them 3 and 4 wide down the back straightaway. Early on we saw them fanned out all the way across. They can fit 5 wide. From the view we could see that they could fit 5 wide. They will probably try it. They did finish at Daytona 5 wide. We'll see if they, 5 wide at Daytona. We were waiting to see if they'd go 6 wide at Talladega. How wide will they finish it tonight? No telling, but Gerald Poole is off. Green flag in the air. He gets a bit of a jump on Mike Killenbeck. Mike cannot get down to that bottom line. There's just not enough gap, and it looks like as Brian Mansfield down on the inside, moving up into second place. Killenbeck and Christopher Rawlings there on the outside, trying to build up a head of steam to get around them. These cars can stick right down there on that white line and not lose much momentum. It makes the outside line very hard to get around. But if they get a third line straight up the middle, sometimes the side draft off the 2 outside lines will give that middle lane a lot of momentum. So expect to see somebody try and go up the middle, and I imagine it's that car on that red car on the bottom right there, the 22, Chris Standridge. He is poised to jump up, as is Superman Norman Chan right behind him in the 9. 9 laps to go. They are still playing nice for the moment. Oh, we've got a car wrecking in turn 3. Caution is out again. They will have a couple of green-white checkers in case they need them. Alright, looks like, I do believe that is Doug Thomas just tapped the rear corner and got spun around. These cars have a ton of grip, but the second they start losing grip, they are gone. And there is Doug Thomas coming down. Not sure if he still has a fast repair or not. Let's watch and see if his spoiler suddenly fixed. We'll know. Yep, he had a fast repair. He'll get back out there. Won't lose much ground. Looks like he's actually going to lose a lap while he's on pit road. That'll put him 1 lap down with Danny Chandler. Mark Belair is currently shown 3 laps down, but he is back on track. And Gerald Poole is currently still in the lead. Mike Killenbeck in second. Brian Mansfield third. Christopher Rawlings fourth. Chris Standridge fifth. Edward Belair is sixth. Superman Norman Chan is seventh. Thomas Rule eighth. Corey Goodall ninth. And Michael Whiting is in 10th. So far, the man on the move tonight has been the 22 car. Started in 9th, has worked his way up to 5th so far, and I would imagine once they go green again, he'll come moving forward too. And I imagine that's when we're going to start to see 3 wide racing. It looks like they'll have 5 or less laps to go. We'll start seeing them getting 3 wide through the turns, 4 wide on the straightaways. As they come down, let's see, they should get the 1 to go, I do believe. No. Looks like we will have 1 more lap after this one. So it looks like they will be restarting with 4 laps to go. That's going to make things interesting. I do believe we have 2 green-white checkers available if needed. As much time as it takes these cars to come up to speed and get some momentum going, that restart can be key with just a very few laps left to go. So we might see a couple of guys leave a little bit of a gap, start in a lower gear, and try and get some sort of a jump. As they should be coming around to get 1 to go. Doug Thomas is currently 1 lap down in the 12 car. And Mark Belair is 3 laps down in the 52 right behind him. With so few laps left, I don't know that either of them could find any way back to the front. But stranger things have happened. Especially when these cars are running nose to tail all the way around the track. 1 lap to green. Mike Killenbeck lines up to the outside. Brian Mansfield and Christopher Rawlings in the second row. Chris Standridge in the third row with Edward Belair on the outside. Norman Chan and Thomas Rule in the fourth row. Corey Goodall and Michael Whiting back in 9th and 10th place. I would imagine with the number of caution laps, Gerald Poole does not have to worry about fuel tonight. He will be able to go the distance. Now will he be able to hold that lead? Last week he dropped to the back early on to save fuel and it didn't work out, so we'll see if he has saved enough fuel, if he can go the distance, and he stayed up front all night long, so we'll see if he can make it to the end and lead every lap of this race. Green flag is in the air. Gerald Poole gets a jump again. Gets about a car length, and it looks, Mike Killenbeck looked like he was going to try and force his way down there into the inside. Could not get it done. And here comes Chris Standridge to the inside. He is moving up as quickly as possible. There goes Mike Killenbeck. He drops down to that bottom line right in front of Chris Standridge, and here comes Norman Chan. These guys are not quitting yet. They've got 3 laps to go. There is no distance between these cars. They're giving it everything they got, looking for any gap that they can put that car in. Chris Standridge is trying to move up through that field. He's leaving a little bit of a gap, trying to get some momentum. Here comes Norman Chan trying to run a middle line, and looks like the outside line, the third line, might be starting to form out there. And Norman Chan knows very well how to work that middle line if he can get one going. It looks like Chris Standridge fell back. Norman Chan managed to get a run, get around him. 2 laps to go as they come down the back straightaway. Oh, seeing a couple of cars getting a little squirrely. Some of those guys up there on older tires struggling. Christopher Rawlings there in the 01, second car in that outside line. He's trying to block the run to the outside. And here comes Chris Standridge again. Gerald Poole is just holding that bottom line, trying to carry as much momentum, not let anybody get around him to the outside. They are they are practically bumping coming out of turn 2. 3 wide down the back straightaway. And we have three lines all the way around the track on the last lap. Gerald Poole, they are wrecking in the back of the field, but it is going to be at the line. Will it be Gerald Poole? It is! Just by inches, Gerald Poole, and we've got cars spinning, flying, and going just about everywhere. Looks like Gerald Poole ended up on pit road backwards. Let's go back and take a quick look at what happened at the end of the race there. See if we can find where all this madness started at. All right, looks like the 45 of Michael Greynold's there in the blue and yellow car. He gets to bumping, trying to find a position, and just bumps them to the outside. You've got a car flying. I do believe that was the 01. That was. Let's go see if we can see what happened to him. And looks like the 01, the 22 just came up, caught him, and the cars wrecking behind him sent him flying and spinning. And you've got cars wrecking everywhere. And Gerald Poole was just happy to park his car on the inside on pit road. But that was a great finish by Gerald Poole. That was neck and neck. They were inches apart. That finish was... They don't get much closer than that. Gerald Poole won that by 1/100th of a second at the line. And now he's going back out on track to do his celebration. There he sits waiting for some help to celebrate.
Woo!
Oh, God. Congratulations, Gerald.
Daggone it, we needed that one. We had enough gas, we had enough courage, we had a great qualifying lap, and, with this new field of guys, it was, real privilege to sit up there, I guess most of the whole deal.
Yeah, I think there might have been one lap where you were not scored in the lead, but you won by 1/100th of a second. It was a very close finish there at the end.
Yeah, they were. I knew it was going to get fishy once we came down that back stretch for the last turn. So I was kind of blocking and on the outside a bit, hanging my back tire outside that white line here and there. And I kind of fished up a way that if I could get that done, I couldn't get run on the outside, and I could probably hold off whoever was coming on the inside. And hey, baby, woo! Victory!
Well, congratulations, Gerald. Brian, you were really, really close there at the end, bud.
Yeah, that was a close finish. I followed Jerry most of the race, and I saw opening my left open on the top, and I decided to get in that second lane and see what I could do, and appreciate Chris pushing me in that middle lane.
Yeah, I honestly expected that middle lane to come in a lot sooner than it did, but man, when it opened up, you definitely took advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. And qualifying is everything in these cars. You qualify up front, keep it on the bottom, and that's what Jerry done. That's what I done in the practice race. I won. And congratulations to Jerry, great guy.
That is true. Looks like Mike Killenbeck has joined us. Mike, you were up front most of the night, running second with him, and what happened there at the end? You looked like you were going to get around Gerald at one point and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I just, I know if you stay next to Gerald, probably going to have a pretty good finish. So I just decided I'd tuck myself in behind him and, try not to cause any incidents and come up. I was happy with third. So
There was a couple of times I saw you try and come down. There just wasn't enough of a gap, but when that gap finally got there, you got down right on his tail, and that probably helped push him to the win.
yeah, I tried to help him as much as I could. I mean, I know drafting's huge, so I just wanted to stay off his bumper and put him over the line. And hey, it's a season. It's not individual races. It's a whole season. So hopefully I'll be there at the end.
I'm sure you will be with races like you guys had tonight, and an interesting finish right behind you guys for sure.
All right. Hey, Doug, thanks a lot. And hey, shout out to Michael Greyholes for putting this on. Awesome. It's a lot of fun. These SR8s are fun to race. They're usually a road car, but, it's still fun in the oval.
That it is. Congratulations, guys. Go celebrate and have a great night.
Thanks a lot, Doug. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, for everybody here at the Outcast League, for the Michael Grainold's SR8 series. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely go give us a like, a share, a follow, a subscribe, all that fun stuff on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. And for Michael Grainolds and Chris Standridge and all the Outcast guys, really appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. And I hope you all have a great night. These guys had a great race. Thanks you guys for putting on a heck of a show, and have a wonderful evening.